Dead with the reach near the finish
Right.
line.
Chris, where you there? Ready, you know? Jeans are our boss.
9.80. Untouchable. But he's in the final.
Usain Bolt's iconic world record has stood untouched for 15 years, until now. In a moment that shook the athletics world, a once overlooked Jamaican sprinter named Kishane Thompson unleashed a 9.75-second rocket at the 2025 National Trials, while easing up before the finish line. You heard that right, he didn't push to the line, he jogged across it like he had another gear left in the tank. And in that single moment, the world stopped treating Bolt's record as untouchable. This wasn't just another fast time, it was a full-on threat. For the first time since Berlin 2009, we're talking about the real possibility of a sprinter dismantling what many believe to be the greatest record in human history. Today, we dive inside the rise of Kishane Thompson. The numbers, the training, the psychology, and the pressure, all building toward one inevitable question. Is Usain Bolt's reign finally over? When Kishane Thompson stepped onto the track at the Jamaican National Championships, the world barely blinked. Just another name in the lineup. But what happened next turned him into a global headline. In the final of the men's 100 meters, Thompson exploded out of the blocks, maintained a fluid yet ferocious drive phase, and stopped the clock at 9.75 seconds, while visibly decelerating in the final meters. That time wasn't just the fastest of 2025, it was the fastest legal 100-meter recorded since 2015. But here's where it gets chilling. Analysts reviewed the footage and agreed that had Thompson run through the line, he might have dipped below 9.70. Veteran coach Glenn Mills called it the cleanest raw speed we've seen in years. Suddenly, what looked like a breakout win turned into something far more serious. A warning shot to the sprinting world that a new era is here, and the Bolt era might be on borrowed time. Usain Bolt's 9.58-second sprint at the 2009 World Championships wasn't just a race, it was a moment in human evolution. Stride length, top-end speed, wind conditions, and reaction time all aligned in a way that scientists said might never be replicated. For over a decade, they were right. Justin Gatlin tried, Johan Blake tried, Christian Coleman, Andre DeGrasse, and even Noah Lyles all flirted with fast times, but none got within striking distance. The 9.58 became mythological, a number athletes respected but dared not chase. Now enter Thompson. With a similar stride frequency, but perhaps even smoother turnover and stronger top-end speed, biomechanical experts suggest that Kishane's form efficiency might exceed even Bolt's during the max velocity phase. His shorter build offers quicker turnover, his weight-to-power ratio is razor-sharp. He's not a Bolt clone, he's something different. And that difference might be the key to unlocking the impossible 9.5 barrier once again. Behind every record-threatening sprinter is a revolution in training. And Kishane Thompson's evolution is anything but ordinary. Under the guidance of MVP Track Club, the same camp that built legends like Asafa Powell and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Thompson's routine goes far beyond sprint drills and gym reps. We're talking advanced biomechanical analysis, reactive start simulations, power band resistance sprints, and neuromuscular pattern recalibration. Thompson's training is focused almost obsessively on one thing: perfecting his transition from drive phase to upright sprinting. According to sources close to MVP, his flying 30-meter splits in practice are already faster than any recorded at the club, including those of Johan Blake in his prime. But perhaps most revolutionary is their focus on speed preservation, extending that top-end speed window from 20 to 40 meters. It's not just about acceleration anymore. It's about sustaining velocity with machine-like precision. This isn't hype, it's data-backed, and it's all aimed at breaking 9.6 or, if not, 9.58. Thompson's rise wasn't scripted. In fact, not long ago, many believed his career had quietly ended. Persistent injuries between 2021 and 2023 kept him off major lineups. While the spotlight beamed on Oblique Seville, Akeem Blake, and others, Thompson disappeared into the shadows. But behind closed doors, he was rebuilding, silently, methodically, and without a whisper of hype. He changed his training base, adjusted his mechanics, and more importantly, built resilience, both mental and physical. The turning point wasn't a race, it was a mindset shift. In 2024, when he returned to the circuit, he wasn't chasing approval. He wasn't even seeking validation. He was aiming for domination. And when he lined up at the 225 trials, that calm swagger, That unnerving composure wasn't luck. It was the product of 2 years in the dark, preparing for one moment of daylight. The 9.75 wasn't just a time, it was a statement. I'm not coming back, I've arrived. You won't hear Usain Bolt say Thompson's name too often, at least not directly. But listen closely to his interviews, and you'll hear the tension. Bolt has praised the young Jamaican talent, but also warned that one fast race doesn't make a legend. It's a classic duality, celebrating the rise of a new star while guarding a legacy carved in stone. Privately, those close to Bolt say he's intrigued, but unconvinced. Let's see him do it in a championship final, one insider quoted him saying. The media, meanwhile, is stirring the pot. Every outlet is asking the same question. Can Thompson dethrone the greatest sprinter of all time? Some fans view Thompson as a threat to Bolt's legacy. Others see him as the rightful heir. But one thing is certain, Thompson's presence has jolted Bolt back into the conversation, not as a mentor, but as a measuring stick. And that makes this rivalry, even if silent, one of the most fascinating in track history. Forget the hype. Let's talk numbers. In Berlin 2009, Bolt ran a 9:58 with a reaction time of 0.146s, hitting his top speed around the 60-70 meter mark, and decelerating slightly in the final strides. In comparison, Thompson's 9.75 had a slower reaction time at 0.155s and showed clear signs of easing off after 85 meters. When analysts adjusted for those variables using performance modeling, they concluded that a full-effort Thompson could have clocked anywhere from 9.67 to 9.69 in that race. But here's the real kicker. Thompson's top speed phase, clocked unofficially between meters 40 and 70, was on par, if not marginally faster, than Bolt's during his world record. Let that sink in. We're no longer debating potential. We're seeing data that supports it. One analyst bluntly put it, he's not dreaming of catching Bolt. He's already pacing beside him. All that's left is one perfect race to make history. With the World Championships fast approaching, the stage is nearly set. The cameras, the stadium, the pressure, all of it converging on one question. Can Kishane Thompson deliver the perfect race when it matters most? Because it's no longer about raw speed or biomechanics, it's about execution under fire. Can he handle the weight of the nation's expectations? Can he maintain composure when the eyes of the world are fixed on him? This year's championship final could be the most anticipated ever since Bolt's last Olympic race. And if conditions align, weather, start, competition, we could see something historic. The 9.60s are within reach. And yes, the 9.50s are back in play. For 15 years, Bolt's record towered above all challengers. But Thompson isn't asking for permission. He's not hoping to break through. He's storming the gates. And if he pulls it off, we won't just remember the time. We'll remember the moment sprinting changed forever.